Tools of the trade. The first thing you need to do to write poetry is to collect the necessary tools to write. Luckily, they are all very inexpensive, and many people probably have them lying around their houses. 1. Select a notebook. This may seem simple, but remember that this notebook will be very important to you, and you will be spending a lot of time using it. So you should select one that is both sturdy and comfortable. Consider the following things when making your selection. Size. Your notebook should be portable, but big enough that you have room to write comfortably. Lined or unlined. Some people prefer to draw outside the lines and work with unlined paper. Others prefer the organization of the lines. This is totally up to you. Soft or hard cover. This is another matter of preference, but make sure that it will be both durable and comfortable enough for long-term use. Even if you prefer to type, keeping a notebook is a great way to be able to work anywhere at any time. No cords or batteries needed. You can still type up your poems later. 2. Select a writing implement. Yes, this may seem like another no-brainer, but these are all necessary steps for writing poetry. And this is not as simple as you might think. You will quickly find that you have a favorite pen or pencil and won't leave home without it. Keep these things in mind as you try out various writing implements. Pen or pencil. A few people like to use both, but most prefer one or the other. Some people like to erase, others like to cross out. Try out as many different types as you need until you find the one that feels best to you. Comfort. This is the most important quality. As you write poetry more and more, you will be writing for longer periods of time, and an uncomfortable pen can make this painful. Speed. Different types of pens and pencils write at different speeds. This is a matter of friction. The more friction, the slower the speed. Fountain pens tend to write fastest, and sharp, hard graphite pencils tend to write slowest. Remember that faster is not always better. You want to be able to write as fast as you think, but also have good control. 3. Get a dictionary and Thesaurus. Because writing poetry is an art form in the medium of language, you'll need to be able to look up definitions of words you are unsure of to make sure you are using them properly. Likewise, a thesaurus, a book of synonyms or words that mean the same thing, will come in handy when you need to find a word that is on the tip of your tongue but you can't get out. You should consider some or all of these options. Print dictionary thesaurus. Although it might seem old-fashioned, a good old paper dictionary or thesaurus is good to have for when you're not working at a computer. Also, you might see an interesting new word just flipping through the pages. Online dictionary. These days, this tool is absolutely indispensable for any writer or poet. Dictionary.com and Thesaurus.com are two great options for this. Rhyming dictionary. These are in print and online as well. Not all poetry has to rhyme, but for when you need a rhyme, these tools can be wonderful. 4. Get a poetry anthology. Just like learning to play a sport, watching the professional and historical greats can be a fantastic asset to your progress. Your options here are diverse, so you can find the perfect one for you. Here are some things to consider as you select one, or 10. Online versions. Be careful of sites like Poetry.com that feature the work of other people who are still learning. You should be looking for the work of famous poets of past and present to learn from. Used books. Thrift stores and used bookstores usually have dozens of poetry anthologies for $1 or less. Most of them were only used as textbooks by one student and are still good as new. New books. If you order yours new, you will have the largest selection. This option is a little more expensive, but you can still find plenty of reasonably priced poetry anthologies.